stage whenever you're ready.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning. The Board of Liquor License Commissioners proceedings will begin. The board is now in session. If you're in possession of any type of electronic device, please place said device on the off or silent mode during proceedings. Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, preliminary matter on the AM docket, case number 7550 Washington Boulevard. This matter has been postponed and will rescheduled for a different date and time. Case number 13602 Hickory Avenue. This is a class Hickory Avenue. This is a Class B beer, wine, and liquor license. An application for a new Class B beer, wine, and liquor restaurant license under Article 12-1609, small b, where the board may issue an additional Class B beer, wine, and liquor license to a current Class B license holder if the establishment, one, minimum capital investment $500,000 for restaurant facilities and fixtures, seating capacity for a minimum of 125. This is a request for live entertainment. And also under Article 12-1609, small e, the board may waive the capital investment requirement if the license holder is in good standing and has a reputable business practice. Please come forward.
Gentlemen, would you raise your right hands, please?
Do you solemnly
Please
swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this matter now and herein will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Yes.
Please spell your name for the record.
Paul Benkert, Paulbenkert.
Ben Poole, Benpoole.
Okay. Gentlemen, you want to tell us what's before us?
Sure. Pardon my partner's injury. Fine and rigorous Baltimore softball league accident. So we acquired Decline Duvel under DKD LLC on July 1st of this year. We both are partners and owners in the Bluebird, which is the cocktail room and pub, which is Decline Duvel sandwiched in between in the same building. Simply, we acquired it with the Decline Duvel without the existing liquor license because we wanted to apply for a restaurant license. The entire goal here is to keep Decline Duvel operating almost exactly the same with the same employees, but we would like to use the existing kitchen, which was sublet out for years. It used to serve the Redmond's Hall, which had over 400 members in its heyday for their different entertainment. And we would just like to use that kitchen and put a full restaurant menu into Decline Duvel so it becomes a restaurant and a bar instead of simply a bar.
And is that on the second floor of the building?
Yes, it's on the second floor. The Bluebird is on the first and third.
Okay. And there was a BD7 license there that is relocating?
To my knowledge, yes. I did not personally acquire that, so I don't have in-depth knowledge about that license.
And you're a member of the LLC, but you're
Yes.
not an applicant?
Correct.
Okay. So the license would be to Mr. Poole
Mr. Poole.
individually?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's a partner and on the liquor license, as well as me for La Zinc, who owns the Bluebird. And just so you are aware, I do have every single liquor commissioner inspection for the Bluebird with me here, in which we have a flawless record.
Yeah, our records show that there have been no history of violations with the existing license, so
Correct.
I think we're satisfied about that. So you're requesting the waiver, is that correct?
Yes. We have about $400,000 of investments here, not quite 500. And these estimates are based on the construction that we did upstairs at the Bluebird.
You want to introduce those?
Sure.
Thank you.
And then we also have the addition of a $210,000 sprinkler system that was paid for by us.
Do you have any documents that you want to introduce on that? Or
I don't have the receipt. I would have to.
is it all right if we make this part of our record?
Yes.
Stacy, okay. Okay. And how much seating capacity will you have at the second floor?
Currently, we have 150 seats.
Okay, let's see here. And we have your So Le Zinc LLC is what?
La Zinc LLC is what owns the Bluebird.
What owns the Bluebird?
DKD LLC is for Decline Develop.
Different entity, okay.
Yes.
And we have no record of 311 calls, and we have compliance at each of our 5 inspections during the previous year. Do commissioners have questions?
What is the nature of the live entertainment?
The live entertainment actually existed before in that building for about, I think, 3 years. One of the reasons we made this acquisition is Decline DeVoe was for sale, and there were multiple interested parties for the live entertainment, which we felt could negatively impact us at the Bluebird in terms of noise level. So we wanted to acquire it so we could offer nice acoustic entertainment that would not be too loud, A, for the neighborhood, and B, also for our current business. So we plan on having continue some comedy shows that they had and do things like weddings, as well as do some acoustic shows, not 7 days a week, but a few times a month.
A few times a month. And you mentioned the neighborhood. What communications or relationship do you have with the neighborhood?
We are in very good standing with the community. Yesterday, I just approached the Merchant Association just to tell them what we were doing. Miss Ann, don't recall her last name, she had previously lived across the street, and we did get letters from her in approval. Now, everyone around us is a business, and there are no houses. But we are in good standing with everyone on the street, which is why we got previous permission and grants from the neighborhood associations. And we also do a lot of charity work with the neighborhood, definitely the family center, local schools, and more recently we are part of the Race for the Kids with the Bluebird. And I realize that is a separate company, though it does have the same owners, same building, and we plan on running Decline DeVille the same way with the community as the Bluebird has.
And Mr. Poole, you've been involved with Bluebird throughout?
I have, yes.
And for how long?
We've been open since July, for 2 years about now, but I believe we started the project a year and a half before that. When you say 2017, 2016?
2016.
2016?
So you're familiar with all our rules and regulations?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And are you tip certified?
I am, yes.
Okay.
Every one of our employees at both Decline DeVille and the Bluebird are tip certified.
Mr. Poole, how do you intend to manage both establishments? I mean, to talk a little bit about, I want to understand your business practice related to management and employees. How many employees do you anticipate for the new establishment? Are they tip certified?
Yeah, sure. For the new establishment, it's a fairly small staff. They are tip certified. The management for both, it's really a lot of things that happen behind the scenes, not necessarily as the show's going on. You know, when we open up at 5 o'clock, a lot of work in the beginning of the day, setting things up, organization of the process of the bar, staffing needs, scheduling, things like that. I certainly am present while service is going on, but I have full faith in my employees and everyone that we put there to carry out the job and do the things that we would like them to do.
And I assume you're there most of the time, if
Yes,
not
sir.
all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. That's it for
Anything else?
Nothing further from me.
Okay. Do you have anything further you want to add?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you. On the basis of the materials contained in the application, the papers that were submitted to us, as well as the evidence received today, on the basis of the testimony received, I would be inclined to grant the waiver from the full requirements of the $500,000 and the seating capacity based on the record that you have at your present location, Bluebird, and to approve the application for a new Class B beer, wine, liquor restaurant license with live entertainment along the lines of what you've outlined for us this morning.
I concur with my colleague, and I'm inclined to waive the requirements under 12-1609 small e of the seating requirement and the capital investment, given that I agree that I do believe that you have met the factors laid out there, and I also concur with approving the new Class B.
I too would grant the waiver, although you nearly met the $500,000,
Nearly, yes.
but the $500,000 requirement and the seating requirements,
seating.
although you meet those as well. And I do find you to be a reputable have a reputable business practice based upon our history of your inspections, and would, as I said, grant the waiver and approve the new Class B license with live entertainment.
So good luck, gentlemen.
Good luck.
Very much.
Thank you all.
Maybe you should retire from softball.
I think I may have.
Mr. Bankert?
Thank you so much.
I call exhibits for the record. Applicant Exhibit 1, capital investment.
Indolo's Cuisine, 123 North Clinton Street, Class B, beer, wine, and liquor license. An application for a new Class B, beer, wine, and liquor restaurant license under Article 12-903, small c, number 2, small I, dash, small I, requiring $500,000 in capital investment, 51% food sales, and seating capacity for 75, but not more than 150 individuals. This is a request for off-premise catering. Please come forward.
Counsel?
Thank you. Stephen W. Fogelman on behalf of applicants.
Good morning. Gentlemen, raise your right hands, please.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this matter now on hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Please state and spell your names for the record.
Matthew Gonser, Goncer.
John Wesby, W-E-S-B-Y.
Thank you. I've communicated with the presidents of both the HCA and the PPNA regarding a postponement so that the applicant can meet with the community associations. 123 North Clinton has a tortured history. This is a new owner, new restaurant, and certainly communication needs to be done here. So we respectfully requested a postponement yesterday.
And the thought is that perhaps there might be an MOU coming from that.
We can hope so.
Okay. So when can we set it back in, Mr. Page? How much time do you need?
Unfortunately, we are not able to get on the September docket for HCA. They are booked solid. So we're trying to get on the October agenda, and I believe that's in
So if we
mid-October.
come back late October,
I'm
early
thinking
November?
Halloweenish.
October the 24th or
Yeah,
first or second Thursday of November.
Okay.
sure.
All right. I would be inclined to grant the continuance with the hope that you can work something out with the community
Thank you.
associations.
Yep, agreed.
No exhibits.
Good luck.
Thank you. I got the next three.
Waverly Tavern, 3801 Old York Road, Class BD7, beer, wine, and liquor license. An application to transfer ownership. Please come forward.
Thank you. Stephen W. Fogelman on behalf of the applicants at 3801 Old York Road.
Morning. Where are they?
They have instructed me to write a letter to the Liquor Board withdrawing their application for transfer at this time. I want to specifically thank the president of the Waverly Improvement Association and Hank and Barbara Valeri for their efforts in meeting with the applicants on a Sunday and working towards a resolution in that matter. There have been contractual differences between the buyer and seller. I'm hopeful that these applicants will ultimately purchase the Waverly Tavern, and if not, that we'll have equally responsible business owners there in the future and look forward to working with the association.
Okay. The application will be withdrawn then, but you will submit something in
I
writing.
will. Thank you.
No exhibits.
Pape Cuisine, 1928 Fleet Street, Class B, beer, wine, and liquor license. An application to transfer ownership requesting off-premise catering. Please come forward.
Good morning. Stephen W. Fogelman on behalf of the applicants.
Good morning. Would each of you raise your right hands, please?
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this matter now on hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Yes. Please state and spell your names for the record.
I'm Alex, A-L-E-X, Perez, P-E-R-E-Z.
And I'm Barry, B-E-R.
Olivia Thomas, Olivia Thomas.
Good morning, everybody.
Thank you. Ms. Thomas is the city resident. Mr. Clark has extensive experience in the industry, and Mr. Perez is joining him in this venture. They are, in fact, why don't you, do you want to speak, or do you want to speak, Mr. Perez?
Can you
Yeah.
come up to the microphone, please? Because we're on the record and we're televised.
Yeah, so
Tell us.
started a company about 6 years ago, Poppy Cuisine. We've been very active in the community. We originally had a food delivery service, and we turned it into a catering and private dining company. We actually did some things for the mayor's office sometime last year. We went into opening a restaurant. Quite a few of our network and our clients have requested it for the last 5 or 6 years. So, we're finally there, and we're taking the steps.
So you found a location and you've entered into a lease.
Yes.
And Mr. Clark has experience, do you have any experience with alcohol?
Yes, we both actually. Yeah.
So, how you guys doing?
Good morning.
So I actually own and operate the Event Center Maryland. It's an event hall in Baltimore County, so I'm familiar with the liquor. When some of my clients come in, I instruct them to get the one-day liquor license, so I'm very familiar with that process.
And you know our rules and regulations?
Yes.
Are you tip certified, sir?
All of our employees are tip certified.
Okay, and Mr. Perez is going to get a tip certificate as well? Okay. Okay, commissioners have questions? What kind of restaurant,
right now.
by the way?
So it's a Caribbean fusion restaurant.
And I don't play Instagram, but how many followers do you have on Instagram?
Only 150,000, but
Okay. So there might be a need and desire there.
So is it being built out because you have a rendering in here?
So the rendering was for, it's already built out, but we wanted to supply that for the community because the previous owner wasn't really communicating with them, so I wanted them to know exactly what we're doing as far as signage, any painting that we wanted to do. I did a rendering just to show them how serious we were.
And which community association or which community?
This was the Fells Point, the historic.
Yeah. But you're talking about the Fells Point Preservation
Yes.
Society?
Yeah.
As far as historical, yeah.
Okay. Commissioner Greenfield?
No questions.
Anything further? Okay, thank you. On the basis of the materials contained in the application and the testimony received, I would vote to approve the transfer of ownership with off-premise catering.
I concur and vote to approve the transfer of ownership with off-premise catering.
I vote to approve the transfer of ownership with off-premise catering. Good luck.
Good luck.
Congratulations. Thank you.
No exhibits?
Irvington Cut Right Liquors, 4100 Frederick Avenue, Class A, beer, wine, and liquor license. An application to transfer ownership. Please come forward.
Thank you. Stephen W. Fogelman on behalf of the applicants.
Morning. Would you raise your right hand, sir, please?
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this matter now and hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Good. Yes.
Please state and spell your name for the record.
You can put your hand down, sir. Tell us your name.
Kisuk, Kim.
Mr. Kim, okay. Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning. This is simply a transfer of stock ownership pursuant to an absolute divorce decree in Howard County. Ok Soon Kim is coming off the license. That's the ex-spouse of Mr. Kim. And like he said, he kept the business, she kept the house. And so now it's time to formalize that matter.
Okay. And do you have any questions?
I assume everything stays the same, management and everything. Okay.
Including the city resident Lonnie Shawless with an uncommon last name there.
And you've reviewed the decree of absolute divorce and any agreement, and it's
I did.
consonant with that.
And we've there was a meeting of the board of directors of K.S. Kim Incorporated. I believe those were submitted along with all of this, authorizing the sale of the business.
Okay, thank you. On the basis of the materials contained in the application, the testimony received and proffers from council, I would vote to approve the transfer.
I concur and vote to approve the transfer.
I vote to approve the transfer.
Thank you all. See you this afternoon.
No exhibits?
Hollinswood Liquor and Bar, 2839 Annapolis Road, Class BD7, beer, wine, and liquor license, an application to transfer ownership. Please come forward.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. For the record, Gary Maslin on behalf of the applicants. This is an application to transfer this existing beer, wine, and liquor license, BD7 license, to my client.
Can we swear them first, please?
Yeah, sure.
Would you all raise your right hands, please?
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this matter now and hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Can you state and spell your names for the record, please?
Kamal Tour, T as in Tom, O-O-R. First name Kamal, K-A-M-A-L.
Chantal Collins, Shantel, Collins.
Good morning. My name is Bimal, B-I-M-A-L, Bimal, and last name is G-Y-A-W-A-L-I.
Morning.
Mr. Gabali has contracted to purchase both the real estate and business at this location. It's an acquisition of about $750,000 for both. This is an existing business, has been there for some time. It's basically in a commercial area on Annapolis Road, not too far from that Annapolis flea market there on Patapsco. It's a community-based business. They have excellent relations with the community. They're going to continue to operate in the same manner that it's been operated. The existing licensee, Ms. Collins, is remaining on the license. She's been a licensee there for over 5 years. I don't believe there's been any incidents since she's been a licensee. And Mr. Gawali is going to get tip certified as well, but Ms. Collins works there and is tip certified, and it will continue in her capacity there. There will be no major changes to anything. It's just a continuation of a very well-run business.
And Mr. Gawali, you understand that the tavern has to be open at all times that the store is open?
Yes.
Okay, because that's how BD7 licensees get in trouble with us. So be very careful about that. Okay.
Nothing for me.
Just one comment. I would make sure that you stay in constant connection and communication with the community association. It's a very engaged community, and you're in a location that, to its credit, its current owner hasn't been in much trouble. So I would hope you keep your nose clean, so to speak. But please stay engaged with the community. Please.
Okay, thank you. On the basis of the materials contained in the application, the proffers from council, and testimony received, I'd vote to approve the transfer.
I agree and vote to approve the transfer.
I join my colleagues in approving the transfer.
Good luck.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen.
No exhibits?
I'm sorry.
501 South Lehigh Street, Class BD7, beer, wine, and liquor license. Request for a transfer hardship extension under Article 12-1705, small b. Please come forward.
For the record, Melvin J. Konetsky, representing Mr. Alcaron.
Good morning. Would you raise your right hand, sir, please?
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this matter now and hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
State and spell your name for the record.
Gustavo Alarcón, Gustavolalarcon.
Good morning. So, Mr. Konecki, you've written to us and said
I
that
have.
the use and possession, use and occupancy certificates.
Yeah, well,
is
he was, the place had been there for a while, needed a lot of work to be done and permits pulled, a lot of replacements for, there. He's finally gotten through maybe 70, 80% of them, got the final clearances. He'll need, I don't know, he'll need the whole 90 days, but I'd rather ask for it and then let him come in. He's probably about a week or two from getting his UNO and then finish it up. But he's been working diligently with the inspectors. They've been back 2 or 3 times. So I think if the board would grant him the 90-day extension, he'd be ready in about less than 30 days. But I don't want to say that knowing I've been dealing with the city too long to know that you can get there 2 steps forward, 1 step back.
My notes indicated it requests 180 days. Is it 90 or 180?
It should be 90s.
This is a
Okay.
transfer hardship, Mr. Chairman, 90 days not to exceed
Okay.
270.
Okay. All right, thank you. Commissioners have questions?
No questions.
Questions?
All right, thank you. On the basis then of the letter received by the board from Mr. Kadensky on August 12, his proffers this morning, I'd vote to approve a 90-day hardship extension.
For the same reasons, I vote to approve a 90-day hardship extension.
I vote to approve a 90-day hardship extension.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
Noah Zippis.
Rendezvous Tavern, 134-36 West 25th Street, Class BD7, Beer, Wine, and Liquor License. Request for a transfer hardship extension under Article 12-1705, small b. Please come forward.
Counsel?
Commissioners, Abraham Hurl on behalf of Rendezvous Tavern.
Good morning, sir. Would you raise your right hand, please?
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this matter now in hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Please state and spell your name for the record.
The last name,
You're
Conits.
First name is Spiro?
Yeah.
Okay, good morning. Mr. Hurdle, we have a letter from you.
That's correct.
Say difficulty getting tax documents from various agencies. You need 90 more days.
That's correct.
Anything else?
Beyond the tax documents, we're struggling to actually get the actual sales, the business sales license. Apparently, it's been mailed to the location, but the carrier's having some issues figuring out, like, she's taking mail back. We need the physical license to get the trader's license. That's the holdup as of today. Tax things have been been resolved. Use permit's been issued. Just need the sales tax license, which has been issued, but is apparently caught in the USPS limbo.
In the mail.
Yeah.
Okay. Commissioners have any questions?
no questions.
All right, thank you. On the basis then of letter that the commission received from Mr. Hurdle on August 14 of this year, explaining the need for the 90-day extension and his proffer this morning, I'd vote to approve a 90-day hardship extension.
For the same reasons, I vote to approve the 90-day hardship extension.
I too vote to approve the 90-day hardship extension.
Thank you.
Thank you. May be excused.
Yes, good luck. Mr. Page, is that our morning docket?
That's correct, Mr. Chairman. The board is in recess until 1 p.m.
Thank you.
Bryson will be here for the afternoon.
No, you can't do that.
Please place said device on the off or silent mode on proceedings. There being no preliminary matters on the PM docket, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, case number 1, Motor House, 120 West North Avenue, Class D, beer and wine license, beer, wine, and liquor license. An application to transfer ownership with continuation of live entertainment, requesting outdoor table service. Please come forward.
Counsel?
Good afternoon. For the record, Justin Williams from the law firm Rosenberg Martin Greenberg. Here on behalf of the applicants, I'm joined by Tori Munoz and Jessica Solomon.
Good afternoon, ladies. Will you raise your right hands, please?
Swear or affirm the testimony that you're about to give in this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Mr. Williams?
Good afternoon. I told my Mr. Akris we're trying to get out of here relatively expediently, so I'll keep this presentation brief. This application relates to the Motor House on North Avenue. The board initially approved the transfer license to this location back in 2016. The only real change here is that the CEO, who was, or is he still on, or she already resigned? She resigned. Amy Bonance Palmer resigned, and so we're replacing her as licensee with the 2 women here. They're both city residents, have been associated with the establishment since the beginning. There's an existing MOU with the Community Association that's still effective, and the community is aware of this application and made no objection.
And so, and is this a condition on their license, the agreement?
Yes.
At the present time?
Yes.
And that would continue to be?
Yes.
Okay. And how long has it been in operation?
So when did you open?
2015, early 2016.
Oh, okay. So about 4 or 5 years?
Yep.
Or fewer?
3, 4, yeah.
Okay. And so you're just removing someone from the license?
Right, so it's a nonprofit entity, but we were informed that because we're replacing the sole licensee, this is considered a transfer of ownership that requires a public hearing.
Okay. And, but the live entertainment and the outdoor service haven't changed?
Correct, and those are subject to provisions in the MOU.
In the agreement.
That we'll continue to abide by. And
Okay. Commissioners have questions?
And Ms. Munez and Solomon, you said they've been involved with the establishment since the beginning, and they're tip certified, and
I know Ms. Munoz is, and she's the one day-to-day. She's the director, what's your title? I'm sorry.
The operations manager.
For the establishment. Ms. Solomon is involved with the foundation that oversees the entire operation, and then also is the interim executive director until they find a long-term replacement.
and all of the, I guess, everything will stay the same, the management and everything?
Day-to-day, no changes.
No changes, okay.
No questions. No.
Anything further? Okay, thank you. On the on the basis of the materials contained in the application, proffers from council testimony, and the exhibits which will be received, including the agreement dated January 13, 2016, with the Charles North Community Association, I would vote to approve the transfer of ownership with continued live entertainment and outdoor table service.
I concur for the same reasons and subject to the terms of the MOU. I vote to approve the transfer of ownership with continuation of live entertainment with outdoor table service.
I join my colleagues in approving the transfer with continuation of live entertainment and outdoor table service. The MOU is attached to the license to the extent it's enforceable by law.
Good luck, thanks.
Good luck.
I call exhibits for the record. Applicant Exhibit 1, business plan.
Pierce Inc., 2223 Maryland Avenue, Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license, an application to transfer ownership with continuation of outdoor table service, requesting live entertainment. Please come forward.
Gentlemen, raise your right hands, please.
Swear or affirm the testimony that you're about to give in this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Yes.
And who is Mr. Brescia?
Me.
Okay. And who, you're taking this license over from?
Matthew's here on behalf of Pierce.
Okay.
Brittany Huff. She's a family friend of my wife and I. My wife and I are the owner-operators of the establishment. Brittany Huff recently had a baby, starting a new family, so she wanted off the license.
I'm sorry, but your name, sir, please?
Matthew Pierce.
Pierce, P-I-E-R-C-E? Okay. And has anything changed in terms of the operation?
No, and it will not. We recently had to get inspections redone. We had our inspections last year. We had them redone because we applied for live entertainment, which was granted. So we've had inspections twice in the last 8 months, I think. And we intend to continue the usage.
Oh, and what's the nature of the live entertainment?
We have a courtyard outside, and we were granted live entertainment for quiet performances, music, ambient music. That's what it's spelled out as, ambient under a certain amount of decibels, which we've been using it that way since then, and not had any problems.
And Mr. Brescia, do you have experience in alcohol?
I do. I'm not involved in the actual serving of the alcohol, but I do. I'm familiar with running
The people who do serve it, will they be tip certified?
Yes. Yes, my wife and I are.
Okay. Okay. Do you have any questions?
No questions.
Anything further?
Nothing further.
All right, thank you. On the basis then of the materials contained in the application, the testimony received, I'd vote to approve the transfer of ownership with continued outdoor table service and live entertainment.
I concur for the same reasons and vote to approve the transfer of ownership with continuation of outdoor table service and live entertainment.
I approve the transfer with the continuation of outdoor table service and with live entertainment.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Yes, sir. Sir? Thank you. No exhibits.
Frankfurt Garden Liquors, 5418-20 Sinclair Lane, Class A beer, wine, and liquor license, an application to transfer ownership.
Sir, Melvin J. Kanensky for the applicant.
Good afternoon. Would you raise your right hand, sir?
Swear or affirm the testimony that you're about to give in this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
It's a transfer of an existing Class A license. The applicant has over 4 years' experience, had a license from 2014 to 2018. As noted on West Pratt Street, and didn't have any violations there. It's going to be run basically by himself and his family. Same hours of operation, same people going to work there, including his family. He has tried to get in touch with Barbara Jackson, like 3 or 4 messages with her.
Is that the Harbell person?
And she's with
Frankfurt?
Frankfurt, I think, yeah. And in fact, he talked to her finally yesterday, and he's going to go there meeting on the 17th.
And what about Harbell?
Harbell doesn't, they're not involved, they only for Mr. Jackson.
Okay.
So
I mean, I'm saying it the wrong kind of way, but they're,
So Harbell opposes it, or
Right.
Frankfurt opposes
I
this.
don't think they opposed it, they just didn't meet with him.
That's what they asked for time to have a meeting.
Yeah, but he's been calling them, and then we're time sensitive with, we have a SBA loan for $350,000 that has to be dealt with like now. But he will go and meet with them on the 17th. He talked with Ms. Jackson.
Keep referring to him, but not giving us his name. There are 2 names here. So he's Mr. Singh?
Yes.
Okay.
And the local city resident has sent a letter saying that she has an appointment with the Department of Juvenile Services in Hunt Valley. I think it's for her son, but I don't want to get too involved in what it's about.
But Mr. Singh has 4 years of experience and knows how to operate under our rules and regulations.
Correct, and he's alcohol certified.
Okay. So I don't want to just give short shrift to Mr. Hilliard's letter, but if he will be satisfied by your working out something with Frankfurt people, I think I'd be satisfied. So I hope that it is your intention to follow up with that.
I spoke with Ms. Barbara Jackson, and she told me to have a meeting the first and second Tuesday of every month. So I will be going next Tuesday. I mean, this coming Tuesday, 17th.
Okay.
If the community approaches you with the idea of having an MOU, would you be open to that?
Yes.
Okay. Commissioners have questions?
No further questions?
No questions.
All right, thank you. On the basis of the materials contained in the application, the proffers from council, and the testimony received, with the admonition from this board that we would like to see cooperation between the licensee and the community association going forward, I would vote to approve the transfer.
I concur and vote to approve the transfer.
I too vote to approve the transfer with the understanding that there will be communication between the applicant and the community association.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Good luck.
I call Exhibits for the record. Board Exhibit 1, letter of opposition from Harbell Community Association.
Broadway Discount Liquors, 628-30 South Broadway, Class A, beer, wine, and liquor license, and application to transfer ownership. Please come forward.
Good afternoon, Stephen W. Fogelman on behalf of the applicant.
Good afternoon, Mr. Fogelman. Would you raise your right hand, ma'am, please?
You swear or affirm the testimony that you're about to give in this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Your name, ma'am?
Muna Karki.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. I'm just excited. The president's visit to Baltimore has united us all to work efficiently and evacuate the area as soon as possible. Muna Karki is a current licensee. This is also a stock transfer, a sale, so that Mr. Ashish Bandari, licensee, can be removed from the license as he has another business opportunity in the industry. So Ms. Karki's been there formally on the license, I think, for about 1.5 years, but you may remember or may not, but the time the clock ran out on a transfer that they had done previously. They couldn't get it done for 270 days, so they were under a management agreement for effectively 1 year before that. So they've been there for 2.5 years now with no problems whatsoever.
And everything stays the same?
Everything is the same, exactly.
And the resident member is going to continue on the
Yes.
license? Okay. Questions? All right, thank you. On the basis of the materials contained in the application, the proffers from council, and any testimony received, I'd vote to approve the transfer.
For the same reasons, I vote to approve the transfer.
I vote to approve the transfer.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Good luck.
No exhibits.
1 second, Mr. Page.
John, grab him. Steve. Can you grab Steve for me?
True Chesapeake Oyster House, 3300 Clipper Mill Road, Class B, beer, wine, and liquor license. Amended application to transfer ownership with continuation of outdoor table service, requesting live entertainment and off-premise catering. Please come forward.
Thanks. Would you gentlemen raise your right hands, please?
Do you swear or affirm the testimony that you're about to give in this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do. I do.
Okay, and who is Stephen Howard?
I'm Stephen Howard.
Good afternoon. And who's going to speak for you all?
I'll take it.
Okay, come on up. Tell us your name.
Cool. Hi, guys. Nick Shulman here with our partner, Stephen Howard, and
Your name spelling before we get going.
sorry, Shulman, S-C-H-A-U-M-A-N. I'm here with Steve Howard and Patrick Hudson. We started working on this restaurant about 3 years ago. We are here today asking to amend the name on our liquor license and attach our live entertainment. We have a letter here from Mr. Akris from Patrick. And if I can breeze through the timeline real quick, on December 7th, we filed with the state to form True Chesapeake Oyster House, LLC. That was the name that we were intending on calling the place. On January 17th, we got approval from the liquor board for the license under True Chesapeake Oyster House. July 16th of 2019, we received approval for our live entertainment license. And in that meantime, we had been going back and forth about what we wanted to call it. The name of our oyster farm is True Chesapeake Oyster Company. So we thought there might be a little bit of confusion. We thought it'd be better if we had the same name for our restaurant as the farm. So Patrick, on July 17th, filed the articles of amendment with the state to change the name to True Chesapeake LLC. So that's why we are here.
The name on the license.
Correct.
Okay. Okay. But everything else remains the same?
Yes, sir.
Well, except for the live entertainment, you're adding that, correct?
Yes,
Well,
ma'am.
you said that was approved in July, though, you said, right?
July 16th.
It,
Yeah.
oh, through BMCA, not through,
Oh, okay.
not for
I
us.
thought it was before us. Okay.
What's the nature of the live entertainment?
Special events, charitable functions, weddings. As we explained to BMZA, we will be doing a lot of catering in our restaurant. It's about 150 seats. So, you know, low-key, acoustic sort of stuff. No dance parties. Just something to listen to during special events.
Any questions?
No questions.
All right, thank you. On the basis then of the materials contained in your application, the testimony we received, and the exhibit which has been introduced and received in evidence, I vote to approve the amended application with continuation of outdoor table service and live entertainment and off-premise catering.
For the same reasons, I vote to approve the amended application of ownership with continuation of outdoor table service with live entertainment and off-premise catering.
I too would approve the application of ownership with continuation of outdoor table service with live entertainment and off-premise catering.
Good luck, gentlemen.
Okay.
luck.
Thank you guys very much, and I'd like to thank our Mr. Catelli for helping us get this through. Thank you.
Give them our best.
I call exhibits for the record. Applicant Exhibit 1, business plan.
The Green Turtle, 718-22 South Broadway, Class B, beer, wine, and liquor license. A request to add live entertainment.
Stephen W. Fogelman on behalf of the applicant.
Good afternoon. Sir, would you raise your right hand, please?
Do you swear or affirm the testimony that you're about to give in this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
And you are?
William Acko.
Good afternoon, Mr. Packo. So you all want to add live entertainment, and the question will be, what is the
What is the nature?
of the live entertainment?
I'm sorry.
You go ahead. What kind of live entertainment?
entertainment?
Acoustic. We're finding that we've lost business with the competition down on Thames Street. Almost every establishment has live entertainment, and we have a new addition coming to the neighborhood, opening this weekend, and we're hopeful to bring traffic up towards our end of the 700 block of Broadway.
And of course, Bertha's also has live
Bertha's,
entertainment,
I
right?
think, is the only
too?
place on the block that has live entertainment.
And when you say acoustic, you are talking about piped-in music, or are you talking
No,
about
Duos, trios, but
Okay.
with, guitars.
No amps, effectively, right?
I mean, they may
Small
have
amps, yeah.
microphones and, but it's not bands.
Okay.
And they've been there 34 years. They're some pioneers of the Green Turtle franchise.
Okay. Any questions?
No questions.
No questions.
All right.
Thank you.
On the basis then of the materials contained in your application and the proffers from council and testimony received, I vote to approve the addition of live entertainment to the license based on the terms you've outlined here.
For the same reasons, I vote to approve the addition of live entertainment as well.
I too would join my colleagues in agreeing to add the live entertainment to the
Good luck.
license.
Thank you all. Appreciate it.
No exhibits. Have a good day.
Charmed Kitchen, 123 South Chester Street, Class B, beer, wine, and liquor license. Request to add outdoor table service. Please come forward.
Good afternoon. For the record, Justin Williams, on behalf of the applicant, Andrew Crummy.
Good afternoon, Mr. Williams. Mr. Crummy, will you raise your right hand, please?
You swear or affirm the testimony that you're about to give in this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? I do.
So this is a request to add outdoor table service.
That's correct, Mr. Chairman. We have letters of support from the community and everyone surrounding the establishment. Charm Kitchen's been open for, at this point, a year and a half, or?
11 months.
11 months. It's been a 2 to 3 year process. We've been working together on this, and we've been working on outdoor seating since February. Unfortunately, it's been a long time. We had hearings in front of the Planning Commission to change the zoning and the City Council and the zoning boards. This is the final stop, hopefully. With
How many seats are we talking about?
20, I think, is our limit, based on our approval.
Okay.
And we have an MOU with the Butchers Hill Community Association. You see the letter there.
And
The
that
initial- when
covers the outdoor?
It does.
Correct. It was contemplated the entire time when the board first approved the license.
And Mr. Crummy, you're agreed that whatever terms you've agreed to here would be part of your license?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. Commissioners have questions?
No questions.
Nope, no questions.
All right, thank you. On the basis then of the materials contained in the application, proffers from council, the exhibit received, any testimony received, and subject, of course, to the terms of the memorandum of understanding with Butchers Hill, I'd vote to approve the addition of outdoor table service as authorized by the BMD.
For the same reasons, I vote to approve the addition of outdoor table service.
I too would approve the outdoor
Oh.
table service, subject to the terms of the MOU to the extent it's enforceable by law.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Good luck.
And call exhibits for the record. Letter of support from Butchers Hill Association dated March 3rd, 2019.
Poppies Hamden, 3820 Falls Road, Class BD7, beer, wine, and liquor license. Request to add outdoor table service.
Would you raise your right hand, sir, please?
You swear or affirm the testimony that you're about to give in this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
I interrupted you so you can pass those out. And you're Mr. Lehman? Yes. Okay. So how long have you been at Falls Road?
We were in May is when we initially
Opened in May?
a long build out, but yeah, May was.
Okay. And so how many seats are we talking about adding here?
It was 22.
Okay. And they've been approved?
All
by
the
zoning?
inspections and everything are all done. Yeah.
So is this seasonal, I assume?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, it's uncovered, so it would be just during the spring and fall, summer.
People would be ordering things if they were sitting there, I take it?
Yeah, it's raised, so we're surrounded by a parking lot. We have a road on one side of us and then a parking lot and an alley on the other side. So it's always been there. It's a back area that was off the back of the building. We didn't add it or anything. Initially, we were going to open with it, but we literally just need to add the tables, and that's it.
Okay. Commissioners have questions?
No questions.
Any issues with the community?
No, not at all.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. On the basis then of the materials contained in your application, your testimony, the document which will be received in evidence, I would vote to approve the addition of outdoor table service to your license.
I concur and vote to approve the addition of outdoor table service to the license.
I concur and vote to approve and add outdoor table service to your license.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Can I call exhibits for the record? Applicant Exhibit 1, floor plan.
Mr. Page, is that our docket?
That's correct, Mr. Chairman. The board is in recess until Thursday, September the 26th, 5 p.m. We are adjourned.
Sorry, Larry.
Oh.
Well, we'll bring a cake.
It certainly will.